Hey everyone, it's your girl Ja'Net Speaks. I was going to make a video yesterday, but I actually got tired and I took some rest. Rightfully so, right? I'm recovering good. Told y'all I was getting back to my normal self. My scar is healing. Waiting for a little bit of the spunk to fall off of it. But so I plan to get back to my normal videos because I do feel like, I don't know when, could be in my 50s, I don't know God's plan, but I do feel like when he's done, let me not say done working on me, because I don't think he's ever going to be done. He ain't never done working on us. But I do honestly, deep within me, feel that one day I'll probably be in a pulpit. I don't know when, but I just have that vision sometimes. So anyways, all right, so I really wasn't going to make the video yesterday, but I couldn't think of it. Just sometimes it has to come to you, right? I do have a book of topics that I can just, pinpoint, but I really like it to come from what I'm focused on. So I was reading Lost and Found by Sarah Jakes, and last night, because I've been having insomnia, and there was a part in the book on page 147 where she says, "No one can grow your roots for you, but you get to decide whether your darkest moments become the death of you or the roots in you." I was like, what, girl? So with that being said, I've talked about some things that have happened to me this year. There is a reason why I can't really address them. Well, I've had obviously two big incidents this year, one being my heart surgery. But there's a reason why I can't address the other things that are going on, but I will eventually. But when that happened this year, detoured my whole life, right? And here I am, Tanisha, Ja'Net Speaks. Here I am, this person, and I know I'm amazing, and I'm not being cocky about it at all. So let me say, here's this amazing woman that is pursuing her dreams, always been a go-getter, entrepreneur, helping, giving back to the community, doing the best she can. Here's that person releasing books, helping others share their stories, countless amazing things where I pour into other people, and I surround myself with other like-minded amazing people also. Here's that person, and something gets into, like my cousin Jocelyn, detour. Your life, I'm all this, right? And then life takes this detour, and I'm like, I can't even believe that it occurred. It's out of this world, and it's affected the rest of my whole year, but I couldn't let it affect me as much because I was already gearing up to have a major surgery. So I had to not let that detour really, really affect me. But there were times that I've cried. There are still times that I do. There are times that I'm upset. But the percentage of the time that I allow that detour to really bother me is really not that much. So to go back to Sarah Jakes, when she said your darkest moments, it was really a dark moment for me because it was something that I hadn't experienced. But I decided to not let it be the death of me, as she was saying. It's not going to be the death of me, period. Because I know that God has a plan that's bigger than what occurred. Like she said, I would rather it be the root in me, because those roots are sprouting up. The things are making me stronger. When your roots are watered and they get stronger, you grow more. That's really what it is. So that's what I plan to do. So sometimes when life gives you detours, you really got to think about the fact that that's that old saying and that one, that attitude poem that we've probably seen in school, in elementary, and it says it's not about what happens to you, it's about what you do. You know what I mean? Like what actions you take, because things are going to happen to you, and life is always throwing. So that whole like make lemonade out of lemons is like, yeah, whatever. I'm trying to make some sweet lemonade. That little dull sour lemonade ain't the kind of lemonade that I want. But I'd rather not. But if you focus on the bad part, the detour, the dark moments, then you will get the sour lemonade. It ain't gonna be no sweetness in it. So I decide to go through things. And sometimes when you go through things, you kind of grieve. It's like a grieving process. You're going through them, you're upset, you're disappointed, you're going through that to move forward. So you make sure you grieve and you move forward, but you don't focus on it. You see what you can do. You be a solution-oriented person. Don't let it be the death of you. Make it be the roots of you. Learn to grow from it. Learn to take the message and the lesson out of it, right? The things that have happened to me in my surgery, I mean, I've overcome a lot of things this year. A big, huge situation that haven't talked about, that I mentioned, an open heart surgery, having to change my life and adjust my life. And I went from this year planning to buy a home at the beginning of the year to being broke. I mean, to releasing a book, to having a successful award show with my partners, to giving back to the community, backpack drives. I did all those things, but I started this year looking for a house, been working towards it, saving money, doing my thing. I went from that to, in essence, potentially being broke. I wasn't as broke as I could have been because I did get my life right and I got my money right and I made sure I had a safety net if anything had happened. And I'm so glad that I've been able to do that, because I don't know what would have happened during my time of brokenness. It could have been so much worse, but I didn't allow that detour to stop me, because I'm a go-getter. I don't care if I got to sell stuff in my house. I don't care if I got to sell cash for gold. I'm going to make sure that I and my baby don't go without regardless. And if we ever go without, it's going to be something that's so out of my hand, out of my control, that I can't deal with it. But I'm not going to let that be the death of me. It could be the roots in me, as she said. I'm going to water it and I'm going to flourish from it. And I'm going to learn from it and I'm going to keep on moving. And I count my blessings, because I'm blessed the fact that when this situation occurred, I could have lost everything. But because I was growing and trying my best to keep my roots watered, I was able to bounce back from it. Not all the way, but to the point where I've been all right. I still have everything that I could have lost in the process of this. So with that being said, you got to deal with life's detours. I know this video is long. You got to deal with life's detours. You got to come through them, and you got to, I don't know if it's going to church for you, keeping yourself around like-minded people, but do not focus on the pain. Do not focus on the dark moments. Focus on the good things. And remember, though, that is always easier said than done, but at the end of the day, it's intentional. You got to be intentional about it. You have to think about it. You have to write about it. You got to talk about it. You can't, and that doesn't mean that you're a perfect person and everything that you do that's not right falls off of you. It's not the case. It just means that you're intentional about being happy. You're intentional about when life takes a detour, you get back on track. You're intentional about that. You're intentional about watering your roots. You're intentional about staying out of the dark places. That is you. So be intentional. I have to try my best to be intentional. And although I could be depressed during this surgery because I'm not able to drive and I'm not able to do this and I'm not able to do that, but I decide to not be that person. So as she says, I choose to water my roots. I will rest, but I will still go back to being the person that I am, because I want to pour into people and I want them to pour into me. So I really encourage you to be intentional. If you need to find a church home, find it. If you need to drop some friends because they ain't helping you and they ain't helping you grow, do it. If you got to stop messing with certain family members, do it. Be intentional about you, because if you ain't right, you can't help nobody else be right. And that includes your children. So it's your girl, Tanisha. Ja'Net Speaks. Long video, but have a nice day. I plan to be back a little bit more and more and more. So thank you very, very, very much.